Well, we got our stove set up. We did that earlier during the day. Reminder, this is WINNERWELL's stove, the large, and their Fastfold Oven. And we are planning on cooking nachos and pizza again tonight in this. And so we're looking forward to that. But I want to go through lighting the stove the way I light the stove. We got it all assembled and all put together. And the way I light this stove, the way I've been doing it, is just regular old fire starter logs. You can get them at Walmart, dollar store, anywhere. For fireplaces, it helps out a lot to get the fire going and get it started. I just placed the fire starter here right on the grate, somewhere about in the middle. Use regular large kitchen matches. So I'm going to get it started here and light it. There we go, that'll get going. Okay, it looks like we got our fire starter going. It's burning on its own now, so I'm going to start adding some wood in here. Just kind of lay it around the sides. Of course, the smaller the pieces, the faster your fire will start, but these normal size pieces, they'll catch with that fire starter. Now the stove is 18 inches long, and so I got my pre-cut wood, seasoned dry oak, and I cut them to 16-inch lengths. So they fit the stove just perfect. And oak is probably your best burning firewood. I'm going to go ahead and load it up. Get it loaded with wood here. Maybe one more on the top. And let that get going. Yeah, the fire starter, see, it's burning. So we got it pretty much loaded. Give it a few minutes and it'll get to burning pretty good. Now it's a waiting game. And of course you can speed it up with your oxygen. The more you open up, of course, the more you open that up full, the more oxygen, the hotter the fire and the faster. So I'm going to open up, there's 3 levels. There's closed, then there's a little bit wider opening, 2, and then 3rd opening, or you can open it up all the way, which I'm going to leave it open at the beginning just to start, just to get the wood going. But very rarely do you want to give it that much oxygen. I mean, wide open, especially after the fire gets going. But it helps to give it a lot of oxygen to get the fire going at the beginning, just to open up the door all the way. Let oxygen in there to get that thing going. So we'll sit back and watch that and give it a few minutes. I mean, that's time to shut that down. That's getting hot. I'm gonna cut the oxygen off of it. All right, looks like wood's burning pretty good. We've left the door open down here to let a lot of oxygen, but it's burning really well. It's burning really good. It's definitely going good. So I'm gonna close that down. And our oven, oh, we're already up to just shy of 300. So we're ready to, I'm ready for nachos. So we're gonna put our nachos in there. I'm hungry. About ready to put our nachos in. Didn't take long. We're over 300, and that's fine. You know, I usually at home cook these about 350. So we're gonna slip these in our hot oven, and we're gonna put them down on the bottom shelf because it ain't gonna take long. Cheese nachos, and these are the mild jalapenos, and I love jalapenos, so I put them on kind of thick and heavy. But I am starving, and I cannot wait for these to come out. And I cannot believe that I'm cooking nachos in a tent out here in the wilderness camping. So we'll get that in there and let this get back up to 350. And it's showing it went down to a little bit below 300, but I'll be watching those. They'll be done here in about probably about 4 or 5 minutes. Looks like our nachos are starting to brown on a little bit. The cheese is definitely melted, so they are definitely done. I'm ready to pull them out there and get after it. One of my favorite snacks is nachos. And here we go. That is melted, beautiful cheese nachos. I am fixing to devour. I am so happy. This is really neat, Winnerwell. Okay, let's see if they've cooled down enough for me to eat. Absolutely love jalapeno. And the Longhorn sharp cheddar cheese and chips. Really nice to eat the comforts of home out here camping on a very cold mountain night here in southwest Colorado. Once you've had camping nachos and pizza, yeah, you'll never go back. Well, I got to looking around. We got a choice of biscuits, but I forgot I had orange rolls. It's like cinnamon roll, then has an orange frosting you put on there. When you take it out hot, you put the frosting on there. And these looked a lot better to us than the regular old biscuits. So we're gonna cook these suckers in there. See how that does. We just finished off our nachos, and they were absolutely wonderful. Now we're ready for, these are the orange rolls. And they got like an orange frosting that goes on there that melts after you take them out when they're hot. So this is our dessert. It's gonna be orange rolls. So we're gonna pop these in our WINNERWELL oven. So I'm putting these in, and there's 2 racks here, a high and a low. Actually, yesterday morning I cooked biscuits, and it turned out really well, except they were a little bit burned on the bottom, and because I cooked them on the bottom shelf. So I'm gonna be cooking these on the top shelf and see how that goes. I'm sure they'll be fine. Maybe when they're almost done, I may put them down on the bottom the last minute. But I think the bottom gets, of course, a lot hotter than the top. Okay, I'm gonna check our orange cinnamon rolls here and see. Hadn't been too long. Hasn't been 30 minutes, I know for sure. But let's see. Oh yeah. I think that's. Yeah, that's done. Those are done. Those are ready. So I'm going to set those there. Get the orange icing. Put some orange icing on them real quick here while they're hot. That's what the instructions say to do. Okay, let's put some of this orange icing on here, which is, of course, you put it on there when it's nice and hot so it'll melt in there. Smells wonderful. Orange cinnamon rolls by Pillsbury. Okay, I got my icing on there. I'm sure that's still hot, which it is. So, yeah, there we go. Orange cinnamon rolls for our dessert tonight, cooked in our WINNERWELL oven. That didn't take but about 20 minutes, right at about 300 degrees. So these are really going to hit the spot for our dessert. Got the orange icing on it, all melted down in there. So we're gonna pig out on these. Okay, I'm ready to get my hands on these. Orange, definitely orange. Oh, those are good. Like anything else, everything I've cooked in this oven has come out perfect and delicious. I'm gonna give a shout out and a thanks to WINNERWELL for such a fine product to be able to do this in a camping environment. Foods like this that usually you can only cook at home. So it's really appreciate it.